the second grade arrays best practices video. In this video, we will share what one can expect to see and hear as they visit mathematics classrooms. Here's a little array humor for you. This unit of study will encompass the following key learning goals: modeling and describing equal rows of objects being joined, up to 5 rows and 5 items in each row. Writing equations to represent a sum of equal addends. For example, for the above picture, students will write 3 plus 3 plus 3 equals 9. These goals can be found on the STEMscopes parent letter. So what does student learning look like in the classroom? Here we see a video of a student building rows and columns with manipulatives to build an array. They then move on to a representational depiction by drawing an array. They will then record the corresponding number sentence to match the array and find the sum. Students will also use a grid to shade and count the items in each row and column to find the total. Students need to understand that an array is a set of objects arranged into rows and columns. Rows display units horizontally and columns display units vertically. Each row and column of an array must have equal groups. Students count the amount of objects arranged in a rectangular array, describe their strategies for counting, and keep track of items within each row or column. Teachers can facilitate a discussion to make connections between representations by asking students to share multiple strategies. As you can see, there's an MTR poster on the slide. So what MTRs align with this scope? MTR 1. Students will explore and discuss various arrays and the quantities they represent, including strategies to find the total quantity. MTR 4.1. Students explain how they used repeated addition of the same addend when counting the number of items in each row or column of an array. And MTR 5. Students see patterns within an array. They can count the number of items in an array using rows and columns. Students should be invited to have math chats to discuss their learning. The types of questions teachers choose will help dictate the direction of the conversations. These example questions can be found in the math chat section of STEMscopes. Are the equations the same for both arrays? Explain. When would you need to draw an array in order to count objects at home? What strategy did you find worked the best for counting the objects? Why? Was there more than one way to build an array using the objects? Explain. As students explore arrays, we should hear students and teachers utilizing correct mathematical vocabulary. Here's a list of some vocabulary we would expect to hear in this unit. These words can be found on the STEMscopes parent letter as well. Addition, array, collection, column, equal groups, equation, objects, repeated addition, represent, row, square unit, and sum. Throughout this unit of study, we should see multiple opportunities for students to demonstrate their knowledge and understanding. This could include student journals, exit tickets during the Explore, as well as standards-based assessment tasks, skills quizzes, and fluency builders games to practice. These could provide teachers with informal assessments. These activities can demonstrate the MTRs on previous slides as well. As we visit classrooms, we can ask students questions to gauge their understanding of the current content. Here are some questions we can ask students. How can I use repeated addition to find the total number of objects in a collection of equal groups? How can I use repeated addition to find the total number of objects arranged in rectangular arrays? How can I write an equation to express the total as a sum of equal addends? Additional questions can be found on mathsparks.com, which can be found by clicking on the benchmark link on the Year at a Glance. We want students to continue learning at home. Here, students can play some games on the tic-tac-toe board. This board can be found on the parent letter. For example, Food arrays. If you are making something in the kitchen or have a bag of candy, let your child use these items to create a rectangular array. Kids will be so excited to participate in this engaging activity. Roll the dice. Roll a dice to choose a number of rows and then draw the corresponding picture. Roll the die again to draw how many dots are going to go in each row. Find the total number of dots using repeated addition. These activities also connect to MTRs. Arrays can help us with multiplication. Looking at the picture on the screen, I don't think I would want to count these cards one at a time. See you next time.